the kid you hear playing the piano. He's not mine. On top of the 2 weekly piano lessons and finger yoga, I give my son Smarty Pants vitamins to support his brain health because while I'm supposed to say it's not a competition, of course it's a f***ing competition. Choose Smarty Pants vitamins to support your kid's brain health and help them master whatever their chopsticks may be. Shop on Amazon, smartypantsvitamins.com, or at Target today.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/Spotify. That's greenlight.com/Spotify.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily. 4 ways to get emotional closure in a relationship, all by yourself, by Dr. Margaret Rutherford of drmargaretrutherford.com. A couple of years ago, I got a quite unexpected email from an old boyfriend. I'd only talked to him once after a mutual friend had died, a conversation that had only focused on memories of that person and our own unique grief. He told me about something I said when we were both in college, about what I had learned was the best way to wash dishes. He laughingly said that he remembered that domestic advice from time to time when he was performing the dreaded chore. The email ended with a sweet sentence about gratitude for our relationship. I teared up when I read it. I returned the same kind of message to him, one of kind reminiscence and appreciation. Of all the relationships I've had in my life, I can think of only 2 others that ended with that kind of respect. And although I'd tried, from my perspective, to achieve such closure, especially in my 2 divorces, my efforts had been rejected. Ironically, I realized that the marriages might not have ended had we been capable of such a conversation. But that's hindsight. If you long for emotional closure. Many people long for this kind of emotional closure. This is true not just for divorce and other romantic relationships that end, but also for friendships that suffered from misunderstanding or betrayal of confidences, or estrangement from a sibling or a parent. Even if there isn't hope for complete reconciliation, people can carry tremendous pain that a relationship that was once extremely vital in their lives didn't end respectfully. It's painful to recognize that people you once nurtured and sacrificed for, relationships that had incredible power in your daily life, are now gone without having mutual understanding of the situation and its untangling. I wish we could both talk about how our relationship suffered. I'm quite willing to take my share of the responsibility, but they refuse to talk. I haven't seen my parents in years. I hear that she blames me for everything. I want her to know that I really cared for her. He just disappeared. I still don't have a clue what went wrong. What you can do to get closure on your own. There are things you can do to help yourself get the closure you need. It takes time and patience, but you can do it. Here are 4 ways to help you get emotional closure for yourself. Number 1, realize that not everyone has the willingness to take responsibility for themselves. Often the conversation you can imagine having is just that. It's in your imagination or your fantasy. The other person doesn't have the capacity to have an objective conversation with you. They're not withholding something from you. They simply weren't ever capable of doing that in the first place. You misjudged. You thought you could fix them. They prefer to blame you and live in that blame. Maybe they're a narcissist and can't fathom their own culpability. There's simply no way they're going to sit down with you and rationally and reasonably talk about the issues that ate away at your relationship. You're only in control of half of that discussion. Trying to force won't work, and you simply need to grieve on your own. Number 2, quit trying so hard and give it time. If someone is blaming and even vicious towards you, your attempts at fixing it by trying to change their mind is probably only fueling the flame. Your own anxiety will stay ramped up, and you're feeding their antagonistic impulses with your attention, even though you're attempting to do the opposite. Give it time and give them some space. Maybe a cooling off period is needed for them to realize that their anger isn't entirely founded. Maybe you'll get closure. Maybe you won't. Trust that you can live with both. Number 3, maintain your own integrity. This lack of closure is especially hard if the 2 of you have children together, and will be amplified if your ex has an agenda to disparage you in front of the kids or maintain a blaming stance. You worry how your kids will handle that. Or is there a way to mitigate any damage done by your ex? If it's a friendship or a familial relationship that's deteriorated, it can feel awkward to maintain other shared relationships. You may choose to let some go, as others may feel the need to take sides. The loss of the bond can alter the dynamics of the larger friend group or family situation. You may have to set a boundary. You can grow to trust that who you are will shine through. Be mindful of your own integrity and don't be controlled by what your ex is doing or saying. Guide your own life in a way that reflects your values. Your children will learn. Your friends will take sides, or they won't. If your biological family is not available, you can create your own family full of people you choose to have in your life. Number 4, make sure you're moving through your own feelings. It's hard enough when relationships end that you valued or worked hard on. Add a lack of closure to that picture, and it can cause a more complicated grief. As in all grief, try to notice whether or not you're moving through all the emotions of loss: denial, anger, fear, sadness. But take time to grieve. You can give yourself closure, and you can move on. Whatever shame or anger or disappointment you feel, you can let go. You just listened to the post titled, 4 Ways to Get Emotional Closure in a Relationship, All by Yourself, by Dr. Margaret Rutherford of drmargaretrutherford.com.
Let's play Burlington's Guess That Price. Back to school means back to saving. We're bringing you kids' jeans starting at, hold on a minute, just $11.99. Burlington's acing this test. What about character backpacks? We've got them starting at $12.99. Burlington's done it again. How about sneakers for the kids? A-plus brands and right on trend starting at $11.99. Saving is now in session. Burlington, deals, brands, wow! Styles and selections vary by location.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
And another great post from Dr. Margaret. Thank you to her, as always. Such an important post, which to me really boils down to trusting oneself, as she alluded to at one point. When we develop strong attachments to people and to outcomes and just the need for closure, etc., while this isn't something to inflict self-judgment upon ourselves for, what we're ultimately saying to ourselves is, I don't completely trust myself to go without that thing. So ask yourself what you don't trust yourself to succeed without, and think about how you can go about building a life of meaning without it. What else brings you sheer joy? What have others in a similar situation done that you can learn from them? These might be questions to help you along this process as you try on for size these images of a life with more confidence and more balanced sources of love and meaning. And as you acknowledge these other resources and start to draw from them, you build a lot of inner strength and prove to yourself that there are ways for you to adapt, ways that are well within your reach. Okay, my friends, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for coming and listening until the end. Enjoy this Tuesday summer night, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. That's where your optimal life awaits.